What's up, guys? This is the 10th installment of the TOBEs.
10th and final.
Yep, it is going to be the last one. For those of you who already know, in the $5 tier, we do 10 weeks, basically sections of episode types.
Mm-hmm.
So we did the TBAs, which is things to bitch about, and then we did the TOBEs, think outside the box episode.
Mm-hmm.
We did just want to mention, too, with Steve only, doing a couple more weeks of podcasts, we're probably going to stop the bonus episodes just for a couple weeks until we can get Baker on and get him, comfortable, and basically me and him can determine what kind of bonus episode we want to do each week. They still will be coming each week, aside from these next couple. So just wanted to let you guys know of that. But yeah.
Bear with them.
Yes.
They'll be on it. Just give us...
We're still going to give you the bonus content as far as sneak peeks and behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff on the Patreon. But as far as a bonus episode, we're not going to plan on any coming out on Mondays. We can still record some stuff, or I can do some solo stuff, or, whatever we decide to do. But, so just so you guys know, on Mondays, this is going to be the last one, at least for a couple weeks. But thank you all for the support.
For sure.
But this week for the TOBEs, we decided I was going to go first because mine's a little interesting, and it probably won't take all that long. But I've always had, it's really one distinct rule as far as holding doors open for people.
Okay.
So I've kind of nailed it down to kind of a science. Not really. It's very simple. It's not a science at all. But I guess, let's start with this. How do you determine if you're going to hold the door open for somebody or not?
Wow. And I'm glad you're talking about this, because it's something that I subconsciously do. I don't actively think about it. But thinking about the times...
Yeah, we've all been in situations where you hold the door open and you're like, damn, this is forever waiting on somebody.
Hey, man.
You know what I mean?
Listen, so...
Or you got to be the dude that jogs up to the door.
Thinking about... Right. So this is me holding the door for somebody else.
Right.
Generally speaking, does it matter if I'm coming or going?
The way I think of it is like you're leaving the gas station and they're coming in.
Okay. In that case.
Right.
If they're within 7 or 8 feet of the door, I hold the door for them to grab on the way out.
That's a pretty good
generally
distance.
speaking. Pretty much every single time. Yeah, I can't think of a time actually where I didn't do that for somebody. And I don't care who it is.
Right.
Is that strictly what you want to know?
That's a pretty good answer.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, because like I realized probably 4 or 5 years ago that sometimes I feel bad, like, oh, I should have held the door open.
Right.
Or I'm in the situation where I hold the door open and then I'm like, dude, hurry the fuck up. But I can't bail on it now.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I kind of came up with a rule or something to live by in my head to where I can follow it and not feel bad.
Okay.
So my rule is if I'm walking out of the gas station and I see somebody coming towards me, if I think the door will close on its own before they get to it, I do not hold it open.
Wow.
But if the door will still remain a little open, by the time they get there, I'll hold it open.
Man, that's there's a few factors involved in that. How fast they're walking, how fast the door closes.
Yep.
Who's behind you?
Yep. And I'm weird and I think of all of this.
Wow.
So if I do that and I walk away and I let the door go, if it's close, I don't feel bad anymore.
Okay.
So I'm like,
yeah, you missed your window.
Right, you're not close enough for it to matter. But I feel like, because I've been in situations where I'm walking up to the door and somebody let it go or something and I catch it before it closes, and I'm like, what a fucking douche. You know what I mean?
Damn, that is a game changer, though.
So to me, if the door will close by itself before they get to it, I do not have to hold it for you.
Wow. I think that's pretty fair.
I think it's fair, too.
I do. That's pretty fucking solid. just to say, let's say if I'm going into a gas station, the one right by my fucking house. If somebody is within 5 feet of me, I definitely hold it.
Right.
7 or 8, I always look back. If it's a female, I always hold the door open.
Okay.
If it's an older person,
I was gonna say if they're older or disabled or something like that, you can kind of throw this out.
Generally speaking, and I'm sorry if I'm calling you old and you feel old. I mean, you're not or whatever. But 55 plus. If I see you and you're within 7 or 8 feet, male or female, I'm probably gonna hold the door for you. Any female, I will hold the door from. If there's a hot female, I've known myself to wait
quarter mile.
God damn. I've caught myself
There's
waiting.
a 4-minute window. No, I got it. Don't run.
Yeah, I've caught myself like 10, 15 seconds.
See, and that's fair, but I'm an asshole. So, because I don't care about hot chicks, and I would honestly rather, this is going to sound so bad, but it's so real. It is so real, and we're on the Patreon, so
Fuck it.
I am more inclined in a neutral situation to slam the door in a hot chick's face than to keep it open. Swear, I'm just being honest, because they've had life too easy.
Hey,
and
right.
I don't care about you.
I do feel like a fucking sucker when I do shit like that, especially if they don't say thank you. Especially when they get to the door and they just walk in, no words.
Right.
I'd have been like, all right, bitch, next time, if I ever see you again, which probably not,
right.
But bitch, I remember your face, and I'm going to make sure I hold the door shut.
Well, that's the other factor that, like, always pissed me off, too. Like, if you don't say thank you, I'm about to hit you with the door.
Right.
But, like, I just started living by this rule, and I don't feel bad anymore if I hold it open. I either thought, like, they were close enough, or it was my distinction.
Right.
Rather than saying, oh, you're hot, I'm going to hold it open for you. No, fuck that. I don't care if you're hot or not.
I need to quit doing that.
Right.
To be honest.
But I also think it kind of comes across and not, this is me overthinking it clearly, but it comes across as like nerdy. If you hold the door open too long for somebody that's hot, they're going to be like, oh, they noticed me.
Right.
You don't get any of my attention.
Right, bitch.
Yep. Nope.
Fuck that. You know what? As of today, no more.
I'm about to hold the door closed and look at you like, yeah, fucking try to get in.
You know what? That's a
struggle
great
for
rule.
2 seconds in your goddamn life, Karen.
I am adopting your philosophy on that situation.
I think it's a fair one.
Yes.
If the door can close by itself before they get to it, I have no obligation to hold it for you.
That is completely
I feel
fair.
like that's a long enough time.
That's completely fair. Yep.
And that's usually 3 to 5 seconds.
Yep.
Anything longer than that, you're too far away.
Yeah. And as a third person, nobody could be genuinely upset if you don't hold the door at all. They can be right there. If you just let it go, technically,
right,
can't be upset at all. So, and any point you're doing that, you're kind of doing a favor.
Right.
But is it, how much do people actually, what I wonder is, how much do people actually think of that and respect that? Like, like he held the door.
It's clearly me overthinking everything.
Okay.
Always. That's my whole life. But.
Because, yeah, you got, for a dude, actually, like, okay, so for a dude, if they're 5-6 feet away, it's really a 50-50 chance. What the fuck I'm trying to do. If I'm trying to get in and out, more than likely, I'm not going to hold the door for you.
Right.
I might glance back and like push it open, but I'm not going to hold it.
Right.
I'm not going to hold it. If you catch it in time, okay, you do. But if you don't,
right.
You know what I mean? Oh, another thing, if somebody's on the phone,
slamming it.
I don't.
If you're on speakerphone, I'm knocking that phone out of your hand.
You bitch, right? Generally speaking, if somebody's on the phone, I don't hold the door. If they're with a group of people, more often than not, I don't hold the door.
Nope.
But I like your rule, sir. I think that's fair.
I think it's fair, and I think more people should adopt it.
Yes.
And I think,
which is crazy. I had somebody tell me the other day, probably going on a couple weeks ago now. An older gentleman, he was clearly struggling. Like, he didn't have a cane or nothing or a walker, but he was, walking pretty slow. And I'm heading out, and I come out the door and I flip around it and just hold it with my arm for him to go in. And he was like, "You know what, young man? I appreciate that. Like, people don't have manners no more." I was like, "I know," and I winked at him.
Right.
And then I just got in my car and I left.
Are you trying to fuck? Sorry.
No, but I realized that too. Like, I realized exactly what he said. That's why I did it. Like, I knew it was gonna take you 15 seconds to get here.
Right.
And I could have easily been an ass and just walked out and got in my car, but
right.
I don't know if it's just part of me hoping that the younger generation would do it for me when I'm his age, or what? Because I could easily see some of these asshole kids, the teenagers today, being like, when I'm 60 and I'm walking toward the door, not that I probably care. I probably train myself to not fucking give a fuck either way. But, to know, like, I won't never expect somebody to hold the door for me. Like, especially somebody from, that's, 15, 20 years younger than me,
Right.
So
I don't expect it, but I just think it's the right thing to do.
I feel you on that.
But at the same time, at what point is it acceptable?
Right.
And I think I found that point.
Right.
I think.
That's pretty solid, bro. That you even thought about that up to that level.
Yeah.
That's
how I look at life. I think you know that by now, and it's kind of a problem.
So my Toby, for the final episode is more on a serious subject. Definitely more serious than that, at least.
Slamming the door in bitches' faces.
Yeah, you fucking bitch. So as you guys know, if you've been listening, paying attention, I've been dealing with this Calm app a lot of my life.
Every fucking week.
Anyways, it's changing my life, bro. It really is.
It's good, though.
When I wanted to.
Right.
Like, I had that whole week and a half where I was just like, you know what, fuck everything. Right. I didn't meditate. I didn't do nothing, bro. I was like,
hey,
I'm going to get up, smoke my weed, play my video games, and I'm going to fucking eat.
Right.
Eat good, not just eat. I'm going to eat what the fuck I want to eat. I don't give a fuck how much it costs.
Nope.
Like, I don't give a fuck about nothing. But anyway, I started to try to get back on my shit. And they put this I don't know what to call it besides a podcast on the app about I keep fucking thinking I'm gonna say it wrong, but stoicism, which in 3 words just means feel no emotions, going about your daily life.
In 1 word, that's Adam.
Damn near, bro. You put a picture of your fucking ass, stoic bitch, you stoic bastard.
It is what it is.
But no, I think there's some benefits to it because after listening to it, it's about a 25-minute session, and like it breaks it down into 4 to 6 things that you should do that would pretty much equate to making life easier to deal with. I don't know how else to put it, but the whole philosophy pretty much is to pretty much expect the unexpected and not let things that are unexpected control you. You know how things sometimes are out of your control, but you react to them. This is kind of talking about acknowledging like what could potentially happen. Like nothing's out of question. Right. What can go wrong will go wrong. But I had some which sounds good in and of itself. Like, okay, yeah, because I was telling Adam before we started this the first podcast that we did that I go through a lot of situations in my life where I let tiny shit piss me off because I have a goal, and en route to that goal, I don't see any obstacles. Like, yep, I'm going to get up, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there. But on the way there, there's a car accident. God fucking damn it, bitch. I'm trying to get over here and get back home before 10:30.
Right.
Oh. Then I get there, and then there's 30 people in line. God, why is everybody and their fucking mom here today? I'm trying to get this shit done so I can go over here and do this. By the time I get done there, I go over there, they're closed. What the fuck?
Right.
Like, it's learning to expect the unexpected and realizing that, shit probably never is going to go your way and being fine with that. Like, waking up and having that mindset of, hey, shit, something probably is not gonna go my way today, and being fine with that and not letting it affect your own mood and your happiness. But it's kind of a fucking paradox, man, because you read and you hear things that say like, well, don't think about the past outside of learning lessons from it. But then again, this is telling you to consider all the options and think about what you have been through. It was kind of like
it's a paradox.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like that can help people, but at what point do you stop? Because I feel like when you think about things like that, you're allowing those things to happen. You are planning on those things to happen. You hear a lot about, well, you shouldn't allow anything that you can't control to enter your mind. But that's exactly what that's doing.
Right. I don't know. It's tough, man.
Right.
Because like I would say I'm like that for the most part. Like for like when we went to Pittsburgh.
Right. You're definitely a lot better at it than I was.
Like, for those of you guys didn't hear, we were going to Pittsburgh to go to basically a Mac Miller release party after he died. And we were going to record a podcast episode asking people what Mac meant to them.
Right.
And I thought this was going to be a super kind of heartfelt episode, and maybe we'll get some cool people on the podcast just to, talk about it. This was when we were audio only, and kind of go from there. And on the way there, about halfway,
literally right in the fucking dead center,
right, hit something in the road, and my tire popped. Not fixable or anything like that, so we had to get towed and new tire. And at that point, there was no reason to continue to Pittsburgh because it was too late and blah blah blah. But I don't think I reacted negatively one time.
No, that's amazing.
I was upset, but at the same time, like, you have to understand that honestly, the likelihood of something going wrong is more likely than it not.
Wow, that you said exactly what I was trying to say in a fucking nutshell.
Well, like, it's just, I've kind of realized that, a long time ago, kind of when I was like a teenager, and that on top of not wasting my energy to react.
Right.
Like, what's the point of, at that point, me punching on my steering wheel and kind of like screaming and being like, God damn it, like, this fucking sucks. We had this whole day planned, like,
right.
Blah, blah, blah. There's
you handled it like a fucking G. I'm not going to lie.
That does nothing, though. Like, other than maybe make yourself feel better, but generally it doesn't.
Right. Maybe for a few moments.
I just kind of, I accepted it immediately, said this fucking sucks. I probably said that or something like that.
Yeah.
And then we move on to the next step.
That's exactly what the fuck you did, sir.
Like, it's just, okay, well, that sucks. What do we do now? Now we call insurance, and then we find out where we're going and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And that's just the next step.
Right.
Like, I'm the type of person that as you guys know, I don't dive into my emotions too much unless I have to or we're talking about it or whatever. But from a day-to-day basis, it is what's the next step at all times.
Right.
Like, okay, well, this fucking happened. That sucks. What do we do now?
Right. And you spoke on that before, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, I was chill because I think I told you that several times that day. Like, dude, I got the day off.
Right.
I'm off. So really ain't too much outside of me fucking like dying or some shit like that or getting shot. Like, ain't too much about to ruin my day. So even though that happened, like, I was still off work.
Right. But like, I had to pay.
But had I been in your shoes, there's no way I would have reacted the way you did. I would have had a completely different reaction.
Well, and I had to pay I don't even remember, $100 for the tow truck, and then like $220.
Yes, for the fucking tire.
Right.
And then they tried to dick you with some other shit on top of that.
And then I helped them out because I said, go ahead and change my oil while you're in there.
Right.
So I spent like $350, $400 on something that I didn't want to spend.
Only to drive halfway to Pittsburgh and back.
Yeah, that's literally all we did. Halfway there, figured this out for a couple fucking hours, and then back.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Oh.
And it sucked. And you know, it wasn't fun, and we recorded our worst podcast ever after that. And, like, but at the same time, like, why worry about it? Why waste the energy? Like, it sucks. Okay, deal with it. Now what?
Right.
Like,
right.
I don't know. I've just never, not that I've never understood that, but, like, you know, since I've kind of taken on this mindset, it's hard for me to get upset because there's not many things that I care about much.
Right.
You know,
that.
and that's a good thing and a bad thing. Like you said, like that could be bad at the end of the day. And for situations for me, it has been bad.
Mm-hmm.
But the majority of the time, it's good that I'm not reacting the way I want to or whatever. You know, I don't know.
That makes a lot of sense. But like you pretty much summed up what I wanted to say when you said that the chances of something going not your way is way higher than things going your way.
Right.
And it's waking up, realizing and accepting and knowing that. And
But
that's something that I need to work on.
and everybody always says, like, it's not, I obviously don't remember the quote exactly, but they say something along the lines of, like, it's not about the adversity, it's how you handle it. Right?
Yep.
And that's how I've always handled it is, okay, we have some adversity. What's the next step?
Right.
Because that's the most logical and most productive way to handle it. If I'm flipping out and yelling and all that, and, you know, maybe I punch my car now and I got a dent in my car for the next fucking 10 years.
Right.
Over some dumb shit. Like, I got to pay a couple $100. That sucks, but whatever.
Right.
I was bummed out that we couldn't get the content that we wanted to.
Yeah.
But aside from that, like, I get bummed out a lot, but I don't get angry. And that's the difference. Like, you can be bummed out, but, you know, don't let it rise to anger or whatever it was. So, I don't know. I definitely see your point, and it's a good thing to do, but as I've warned everybody before, don't take on that mindset about everything because it could be bad. So you just got to find the fine line.
Right.
You know.
With everything in life, it seems like. But
yep.
All right.
Cool. Well, hey, this was the last installment of the Tobies. It was good to do bonus episodes with you, man.
I'm doing a step back on the last one.
Hey. Da-da-da. Toby!
Swish your bitch.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out that bonus episode from the Patreon. If you like what you see, please subscribe, share the video, like the video, all that kind of stuff. Tell a friend. And if you want to see more of these bonus episodes 3 months before the public, sign up for our Patreon. We release new episodes every week and a ton of other bonus content. You can join for as little as $2 a month. Other than that, we do have merch options and all that kind of stuff. Follow us on socials and everything like that as well. But we do appreciate the support. Have a good day.